raise them up, cause every inch of you is perfect from the bottom to the top. Yeah, my mama, she told me, don't worry about your size. She says boys like a little more booty to hold a knife.
So an esthetician once told me that I should have my face damp before I apply my moisturizer, because my moisturizer will actually feel better and absorb into my skin way better than if it was just dry. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, then so be it, and it works good for me, so I'm doing it. And my lips are really chapped right now. I think I need to drink a big bottle of water, but I'm applying my C.Dior Lip Balm. And then for primer, I'm using my Illamasqua Hydrating Face Primer, which I always use because it's so good for my dry skin. It's just my go-to, and it works very, very well. Then I'm taking my Urban Decay Naked Skin and Shade 5.0, and I'm just taking 2 pumps and applying that all over my face with the first layer, and then wiping whatever's on my finger back onto the beauty blender, and then I'm just blending that all into my skin, and then I add whatever's left on my hand to the rest of my problem areas. Then I'm going in with my Sacha Cosmetics Cream Foundation Tester Kit, and I'm using that to spot conceal any redness I may have, and then blending on top or patting with my beauty blender to help blend it in. Then I'm using my Makeup Forever Pro Finish Powder in the color 120, and I'm just putting that in my T-zone with the Real Techniques blush brush. And we're only setting our T-zone because we're going to go back later with cream products on our cheeks and concealer. Then I'm using my Urban Decay Primer Potion to prime the lids for shadow. Then I'm taking my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette and the shade Foxy with my MAC 242 flat shader brush, and applying that as my brow bone highlight. Now I'm using my MAC Pro eyeshadow in the color Coral, and I'm just using a Sigma E35 blending brush to apply that from my outer crease to my inner crease, and just keep blending away until you get a nice fade up to your brow bone. Now I'm taking a very bright neon orange matte pigment. This is a Real Techniques shader brush, and I'm applying that exactly where I applied the Coral eyeshadow. Then I'm taking Vibrant Pink from Coastal Scents Hot Pots, and I'm putting that right in the crease where I applied the Coral. And then I'm going to take MAC's Chrome Yellow and apply that on the upper part of the crease close to the brow bone, just so that I get more of a sunset look to the blending. I'm also applying that to my inner corners for a pop of color. Now for the fun part, I'm taking my NYX eyeshadow base in white with my MAC 239 flat shader brush, and I'm applying that just to my lid and keeping it right below the crease, just so that this will help the next color that I'm using adhere very well. And the white, when you put that under any eyeshadow, makes that shadow really, really pop. So then I'm taking my Stars and Rockets eyeshadow from MAC and applying that again with my MAC 242 flat shader brush, and I'm really just packing that on. And then with the tips of the bristles, I'm just using that to kind of blend in the crease. Then I'm taking Blackberry and Deep Eggplant from the Coastal Scents Hot Pot collection, and I put this in my crease, but then I decided that I didn't really like it, so I tried to cover the blue because it looked kind of blue and I didn't want it after all. And I went in with, of course, my favorite eyeshadow from MAC, which is Brown Script. Then I went back in with Vibrant Pink to blend those together. Now I'm just going in with some black eyeliner and tightlining my upper waterline as well as my lower waterline, and I'm only taking that halfway on my lower waterline, and then I'm going in with the pencil brush and Stars and Rockets and literally smushing those two together, and you get like this really pretty blue. I can't tell you how pretty this is. The eyeshadow just transforms, as you can see. It's very, very pretty. And then I'm taking Artistic License. It's just a blue eyeliner, and putting that in my waterline because I wanted more of a blue look to the eyes. Then I'm taking my Loreal Voluminous Manga Lashes, which has become one of my favorite drugstore mascaras at the moment. It's not waterproof, but surprisingly it does not like fade or crease, not crease, but like fall or anything. And yeah, it looks nice at the end of the day after wearing it for a few hours, and you can get it at Walgreens. And then I'm taking my Ardell Wispies. As you can see, these have easily become my favorites, and I actually applied them like opposites, like the shorter end on the outer corners and the longer ends on the inner corners. I didn't realize I did that until after, but I thought it still looked really pretty. And then I'm just using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW20 and blending out with my MAC Pro Blending Sponge, which I love for concealer. It's my favorite. I love it more than the Beauty Blender for concealer, at least. And then to make sure I didn't have any weird lines going on, I went back in with my Beauty Blender and just blended that concealer into the foundation a little more. Then to set my concealer, I'm going in with an oldie but goodie, and this is my MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Setting Powder. Pressed Translucent Setting Powder, because I have the loose formula as well. And I'm just setting the areas where I put the concealer. And then I'm going in with my Chanel Cream Bronzer, and I'm using my Real Techniques contour brush and applying that around my forehead and on my cheekbone, under my cheekbones, and I'm pretty sure I go on my chin and around my nose. This is just to give me some warmth, because our eyes have so much going on. I didn't want to use blush, so I just stuck to bronze. And then I wanted more of a contour, so I used my Benefit Hoola bronzer, applied that with the brush that it comes with, because I think it's a really great brush. Usually that doesn't happen, but this one is a really great brush. And then I'm blending it out with my Real Techniques blush brush, because we don't want any harsh lines, so blend away. I love this brush for that. Then I'm going in with this limited edition bronzer slash brush. I'm so sorry, but it's so pretty. It's called Smooth Harmony. It's kind of like a blush slash bronzer. It's not really a bronzer on me. It kind of just warms up my skin. But I've been dying to get my hands on something that looks like this. So if you know of something that looks like this, please let me know, because I need to get it as soon as possible. Then I'm taking Radiant Light from my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, which I absolutely love, with a Sigma tapered highlighting brush, and this is just going to give you a really nice glow. Then I'm going in with my Jordana lip liner in Tawny, and I'm just outlining my lips, and then as you can see, I'm going in to the inner part of my lips and coloring it in actually to make them look more plump, kind of like you just ate a popsicle. So I'm doing that to my lower and upper lip, and you will see that they look way more plump than if I were to just not do that. So yeah. And then I'm topping that off with NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the color Tokyo. It's very pretty, light baby doll pink, and these can be a bit drying, so it would be a good idea to use a lip balm before you apply this, and then you are done. So here's the finished look. The last thing that I do is I always apply a setting spray. This is my mini travel Urban Decay setting spray. So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you loved it, and I will see you next time. Bye!